Good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year!
And silence was descended on the crowd. Today's Daily Word. If you don't have a subscription to the Daily Word, rephrase that. If you have a subscription to the Daily Word, sign somebody else up for one. Maybe somebody here, fairly inexpensive, $30 a year kind of thing, and you get one of these every other month. This one has January and February and an affirmation for each day, as well as a small affirmative way to start your day, a prayer. So I'm going to start that today, and the day's daily word is called Fresh Start. Fresh Start. And the affirmation is, centered in God, I create a fresh new life. Centered in God, I create a fresh new life. Imagine your life for all of 2023, centered in God, creating a fresh new life. Every day. And let us continue. I begin this year with renewed enthusiasm and a fresh perspective. I feel vibrantly alive as I realize that all the love, wisdom, energy, and strength of God are mine to express in life right now. Grateful for the lessons of life experience, I release past disappointments for a forgiving heart. I find harmony in my relationships as I look beyond differences and focus on the divine life and love that unite all people. I go about my work seeking to serve others with a humble heart. I find ways to develop and evolve my skills and nurture my talents, allowing me to continue to grow and learn. This year, I will thrive in all areas of life as I feel God's presence everywhere. Everywhere I go and in everything I do, I thrive, for I feel God's presence. And from Revelation 21:5, it says, and the one who was seated on the throne said, see, I am making all things new. A fresh start. And with that, let us move to our affirmations. And you may have noticed that today's a little out of sync than what we normally do because it is out of sync. So today is a special day where we welcome our licensed Unity teacher, Carla Knack, to help us go through a burning bowl ceremony as well as a white stone ceremony. So thank you all for joining us. Our announcements today. We have a community membership orientation next Sunday, immediately following the service, right here, immediately following the service, right here in the sanctuary. And there's a trifold pamphlet out on the welcome desk. If this is something you'd like to learn more about, feel free to pick up a pamphlet, and then you can ask any questions, and we'll go over it in detail next Sunday, right after the service. So take a look at becoming a community member. We have spirit groups sign up, and we're going to be studying the book Spiritual Power Tools. And Reverend Greg Barnett, who is an active fan of Jane Hart. If you're interested in Greg Barnett, get on his Facebook feed. He does affirmations and small little tidbits 2 or 3 times a week on Jane Hart's work. He's coming here on the 29th of January to do the service as well as do a workshop on that book. And that is the book we'll be studying in our spirit groups, which also start the week of the 29th. So you'll find that, how many of you have been in spirit groups? Yeah, quite a few. Quite a few that didn't raise their hands, which is awesome too, because 3 or 4 times a year we offer spirit groups, which is a conglomerate of people gathering together, hence the word group, outside in somebody's home, not here in the ministry, where for 10 weeks you gather, study a spiritual material, do a community project, do a social project, as well as just commune as a group. And you kind of start to form your own tribe For those 10 weeks, you make lots of friends, and you absolutely find like-minded people with a spiritual growth emphasis. So feel free to, so we have 5 spirit groups sign-ups, different places in the area for which you can choose from. Some are all the way up north, some are way over by where the center of town will someday be for the villages, over by 470 and 301. It's amazing. So they're all over the place, any kind of spirit group you might want to find. It's based on time, location, whatever works. So you'll see all those sign-up sheets next Sunday. We have a healing energy work coming up on January 15th, only a couple weeks from now. Feel free to learn more about that and take a look at that. And we have all of these folks coming to serve you as part of an organized event for a fundraiser for our audio system. These folks are all volunteering their time and their resources to help us with our audio system. So we're selling tickets for that, because the sooner you buy a ticket, the sooner you get a time slot that belongs to you. And that's important, because although there might be some open time slots, you might find yourself having to wait. So if you buy a ticket, sign up for a slot, it's yours. So there's very different aspects of it. There's 6 22-minute sessions of meditation right here, which you can sign up for as well, which is awesome. It's a 3-hour window. You can sit and meditate, those of you that love to meditate, right? This is a great opportunity for that, as well as any of the other healing events, whether it be chakra healing, Reiki, whatever it is that might interest you, or what you don't know more about. Go ahead and sign up for an event and go for it, because it's going to be a very well-received event. And we're very grateful for all those folks that are volunteering their time. And you'll notice the list, they're not necessarily from this ministry, which is awesome. So we're very grateful for that. So please get yourself a ticket. Because this is the beginning of the year, right? I'm pretty sure this is January 1st, right? So renewing our membership, to continue your membership here at Unity Spiritual Center, will be coming up. So be looking for your email that will ask you to renew. And so you'll see the qualifications to renew. If you feel like you met those qualifications, yes, I want to renew. And you will then be given an opportunity. And all renewals will go in front of the board, and the board will approve all renewals and go from there. So look for that coming in the very near future, probably week after next. We have a healing workshop, which I've already presented with Greg Barnett, which is awesome. Please plan on attending. You'll probably see a sign-up sheet coming up next week, so we can get a feel for it. And Reverend Hart, who wrote the book, never intended to sell the book. So the book will be given to all participants who come to the workshop. I'm going to be seeing Greg Barnett in a week and a half, and I'm hoping he's going to give me a bunch of them to take with me. I've made that request, but if not, we know that on the 29th he'll come with them. So there's no cost for this book. So don't look for it online. You can find it and pay money if you want to do that, or you can just wait for the 29th, where we'll give it to all of you. Mark your calendars for the annual meeting. It's right around the corner, and that's on the 3rd Sunday of February, according to our bylaws, which this year is February 19th. So be sure to mark if you're a member, you're more than welcome to attend. If you're not a member, you can attend. You simply will be asked not to vote for any of the matters, such as our budget, people that are running on the board, and any other matter that might be presented. So feel free to do that. And lastly is next Sunday. Remember that commercial? Next Sunday! We're undecorating the church. So we've had a sign-up go around. If you've signed up, please keep your commitment on that and be here next Sunday immediately following the service. But after some, we'd like people to go in and socialize. So go get a cup of coffee and a Danish or whatever's going on there, and then come in and help us undecorate. And so Rosemary, I saw Rosemary here today. Rosemary, are you still going to organize all that?
Well, I'm supposed to organize it.
I love that. So this is what she's going to do. This is what she's going to do. She's very good at this. She's going to just do a simple thing. And so for those of you that are going to help us undecorate, we hope there's some 20, 30 of you, because then it's like lickety-split. Her job is to simply make sure that whatever's in the sanctuary gets labeled in a box called sanctuary, And whatever's in the narthex gets labeled narthex, and whatever's in the community room gets labeled the community room. Because next year, that would really, really help when we go to decorate. Because then the box is labeled, community room. Good, the box goes in the community room and the narthex. Because that didn't happen last year. Okay? So, and Rosemary was there to witness the disorganization of, gee, what is this, what is that? So, thank you for being willing, Rosemary. I love it. All right, so undecorate. I've had enough. Good? You good? Let's do this. Let's begin it and do what we do. All right, special music. I'm done. Have a nice day.
The special music, I'm actually not singing. I'm going to give this over to Mr. Michael Gott. I have the words. We'll have the words for you. You know this song. I've done it in the past, but I didn't really have a track for it. So we're going to let this gentleman do it for us, but it's still a perfect song for what we're doing today.
I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide.
Yes, I'm only here for God.
no,
No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
oh, I release and I let go.
Come on.
Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I'm only here for God. No,
No more struggles, no more strife. In my faith, I see the light.
I am free in the Spirit.
Yes, I'm only here for God.
I release
And I let go.
and go.
Let my Spirit run my life.
Run my life.
And my heart is open wide.
Yes, I'm only here for God. No, 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 no.
No more struggle, no more strife.
No more strife.
With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit.
Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy that each of you here and whoever watches us later online are here to start the first day of the year together. And I love rituals at certain times of the year, and for those of you who are new and haven't experienced this before, we're going to walk you through each step. It's just a very freeing experience for both of those. So what a great time of connection. I really appreciate it. And just so you know, I'm just the facilitator here today. This is your process. And it's going to be one of your first acts of self-care in 2023, I'd bet. So as we prepare for the burning bowl ritual, does everybody have that small piece of paper, a white stone, and a pen. If you don't, please hold your hand up and keep it up, and one of our wonderful ushers will bring that to you. Just one in the back over here, I see. Thank you for keeping your hand up. So I'm going to let you know how things are going to kind of run for this portion of today's service. After a short introduction to the burning bowl ceremony, we'll go into a time of meditation. And following that meditation, I will invite you to write down whatever comes to you on that piece of paper. That piece of paper is made to burn readily and easily, so we'll be using that. And when I look around and see that everybody looks pretty finished, the ushers are going to step to the back and release 2 rows at a time from the back. And I'm going to ask you to come down the center aisle, whichever side you're seated on, go to one of the burning bowl stations where our wonderful Steve Camp and George Neal will be there. They have 2 purposes. They're going to be there holding sacred space for you while you do this, and also some of us, like me, are chickens, and when I get ready to put my paper in, if I'm too scared of it and I drop it, they will help us complete that process. And also, if you need assistance, let's say today you've got a little ear thing going on and you're not steady on your feet, I will give you the opportunity to raise your hand, and an usher can come and pick up your piece of paper for you and collect it and bring it down to burn. We want everybody included in this today, everybody. The beginning of a new year. Wow. It's the perfect time for reflection, release, and renewal. The symbol ritual of burning what we wish to let go of, it opens up a spaciousness for us to make room for what we want more of in our life. So can you imagine voluntarily lugging around a heavy bag that you choose to carry with you all throughout the year? How much is that going to weigh you down? How much is it going to restrict your movement? Now imagine letting go of that excess baggage, the freedom and the lightness that you would feel. I invite yourself to ask the question of yourself, what am I holding on to that is holding me back and weighing me down? What is holding me back and weighing me down that I can release? Some examples are, it could be an old hurt or a grudge, a toxic relationship, a limiting thought that isn't even true anymore, a feeling of unworthiness, a fear, forgiving ourselves or another person, something that I released and I have to continue to work on, I choose to work on, is to stop being so daggone judgmental, because I realize that my opinion is absolutely not needed in most cases. It's truly, really, it's just not a helpful habit. And the older I've gotten, the more experience I've gotten as the earth turns another time, is that I find some of the earlier habits and practices that I picked up, they're not really helping me at this point in my journey. So I invite you now to take a deep breath and just relax in your seat as we begin our time of meditation. As we take a slow, deep breath in and slowly release it, we come fully into this time of presence, of awareness. As you scan your body for any areas of tension, send some love to that part and allow that part just to relax, just rest. Breathing in peace, breathing out peace. Breathing in peace, breathing out peace. Just resting comfortably. And as you've turned from the outer world to your inner sanctuary, focus on your heart space, where you are joined as one with divine source. This is your center of wholeness, where you have access to all of the wisdom that you seek. And just notice what arises as you ask yourself, what would be helpful for me to release at this point in my journey? What drags me down instead of lifting me up? What am I holding on to or believing that is no longer helpful or even true? What do I need to let go of to bring more light into my life? Is there anyone, including myself, it would be helpful to forgive? If I could view my inner self as a room in my house, what would I choose to declutter? And now we take time to go into the silence. And now, gently, return to this present moment and take time to write down what you wish to release on your little piece of paper, what you are no longer willing to carry. Will the ushers please begin releasing congregants row by row? Please raise your hand, keep it up, if you would like an usher to collect your paper and bring it to be burned. Thank you. Going through that ritual means that you've made a commitment to yourself and only to yourself so that you can live your best life. And it's important to note that this may not be a one and done kind of thing, just like me with my judgment that I need to revisit once in a while, because additional insights may come to you through this coming year. And just like house cleaning, it is so much easier to do it if you just do it on a routine basis rather than waiting to just do one humongous thing at the end of the year, right? And remember, it doesn't have to be done via burning. There are different rituals. I'm going to share one. I kind of hate to do this as a segue into this great song, but one of the most effective things I found is to take one sheet of toilet paper. I know, right? And write down what you wish to release. And when you flush that sucker, it's just as effective as burning. Thank you.
All right. I'll never look at that thing the same way. All right, everybody, come on, stand up. This is a great song for this. Here we go. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. That's right, it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of those bad feelings have disappeared. Isn't the rainbow I've been praying for? It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you. And I don't ever know what I might say up here either, so you're not alone. So now we're going to move into the white stone portion of our service. And you know, the white stone is an ancient ritual. When Jesus was teaching and somebody served time in prison or was in bondage in any way, when they were released, they were given a white stone. It was to symbolize their freedom. In biblical times, A name was a very sacred thing. Every name represented a quality or an aspect or a trait, which means that every name in the Bible means a quality was in the person who carried that name. I think that's really cool. And in Revelations 2:17, a portion of it, John says, "To all those who see beyond appearances, I will give all that is needed to live, and I will give a white stone. And on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it." Now, that doesn't mean that you can't share your word with anybody else. What that means is that it's given as a gift that is unique to you. Just like opening a present that was purchased exclusively for you. That's what this new word or intention is for you. I can give you a couple of personal examples. I was struggling with whether or not I wanted to pursue becoming a licensed Unity teacher. And Spirit, showing up as me, has a good sense of humor, and my word that year was courage. And so I took that as a sign to move forward, and I did. And the first year I moved to Florida 3.5 years ago, I was frankly getting homesick for some grandchildren that we have back there. And the word I received that year was blossom. And when I heard blossom, it took me instantly to my mama, who has been gone now for 21 years, because her mantra was bloom where you are planted, which I love. So it's always meaningful, whatever it is. So I tried to come up with some questions that could maybe serve as prompts for you as you think about this. If your journey in 2023 could be encapsulated in one word, what would that word be? How will you express more fully as a being of spirit? What gift is mine to discover at this point in my journey? So now we're going to easily slip back into a time of meditation, a time to become still, a time to just listen. Slipping easily back into the peace and quiet of connection with Spirit, relaxing, resting. This is a time of allowing, not striving or trying. We just consciously open our hearts to divine love. Can you feel the warmth in your heart space? And as you focus on that, feel that warmth moving throughout your whole body into this sanctuary, filling it and beyond. And in the spaciousness of this love-filled place, we ask Spirit, please reveal what I need to know now. Please reveal to me my new word, intention, or quality for this fresh new year. And we go into a time of silence. as we leave this time of silence, returning to the here and now, take a moment to give thanks for these blessed gifts which we carry with us in our hearts. If you sensed a word, intention, or quality, please write it on your white stone now. To mind, it's okay. You may not immediately sense a response. Just trust that that's going to bubble up over the next few hours or days into your conscious mind. And sometimes it reveals itself when you least expect it, as you're gardening, as you're taking a walk. Mine usually come to me when I'm in the shower, of all places. Or when you're looking into your beloved pet's eyes, or just gazing at the beauty we experience in this part of the state. No worries, you're in really good hands. And I wanted to make a note that if those of you on your way out the door today, you're welcome to drop the pins back in the basket on the table at the rear of the sanctuary. And I want to take a moment to thank everyone who helped bring this special service together. Rev Mo, Tracy, Donna, Gus and Holly, the prayer chaplains, the ushers, and the audio-visual staff. Thank you. It truly takes a village. Thank you. Thank you. And in closing, my wish for you in this new year is that you be the most authentic, unique expression of divine love, the person you came here to be. May your journey be filled with joy, wholeheartedness, and most of all, love. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carla. Thank you, my friend. And now this is time in our service for our love offering. So I would invite you to open your gifts with an open heart and an open mind, rather than all crunched up. Just allow that expression of the free will giving to be present in this moment. And so together, let us affirm our offertory prayer. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. And so it is. Amen.
am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Forward. Let us affirm our offertory blessing again, this time using the pronouns us and we. Divine love, as us, blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And we are so grateful. And we see these gifts going back out into the universe to bless the many hands that they come in contact with. For we know that these gifts bless us as we further the Christ-based teachings within each of us. And for these gifts, we are grateful, and so it is. Amen. Amen. And now if you'll stand for our closing song, our prayer for protection, and our peace song. What are all the newcomers? Why do I do that? I apologize. It just is, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry. Do we have anybody here for the very first time with us? If so, just gently raise your hand. Yeah, got a few souls there. Yep. We have a blessing for you. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ as you. And I hope that you've picked up a welcome card and would be so kind as to fill that out. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. That would be wonderful. And for that, we are grateful. Can we do it now? Yes. Okay. Let's stand up as we join together in our peace song and our prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it I am the light of God that surrounds us. I am the love of God that enfolds us. I am the power of God that protects us. I am the presence of God that watches over us. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Happy New Year, everyone.